As a freelancer, how do you manage mentally and financially the slow growth periods of the year? Financially, you definitely want to have a solid pipeline of people coming in through the door, and you want to always make sure you're basically taking on a little more than you can chew. You don't want to be caught in a period where you just have like one client, because if they go down, if something happens to them, like let's say they have to put the project on pause, this has happened before, just out of the blue, on a Monday, because they figured out like, oh, we don't have enough money to cover this, so we got to turn off the freelancing. So that happens often. So you just don't want to put yourself in a position where you have just one client. So you want to have like at least 2 or 3. So if there is like a pause or a lapse in one, that the other one can take over in a sense. So I like to just make sure I have enough coming in, like lead wise, and I'm setting up appointments, but then also on the client side of things, that I'm always working actively on like 2 or 3. Now things have changed a little bit because now I'm focused more on the agency side. So we have we're actively working with like 10 plus clients a week. So even if one shuts down or goes on pause, it's fine. Like we still have enough things to work on and keep everybody going on the team. But even still, you want to keep your pipeline fresh of new leads, because it does take some type of, a couple weeks sometimes from talking to a lead and converting them to a client. So you just want to make sure that that's covered, because the last thing you want to do is be put into a financial bind where you get fearful and you have to take on like something that may not be a good fit for you, and that can be really unpleasant. And go into the mentality part of this, it can be scary, right, if like you don't have that income. But if you take on a bad client and it's against like basically how you work and operate, then your mentality's gonna get, or your mental state is gonna get even more messed up, because you're going to be stressed over money, plus you're going to have a pain in the ass client that's hard to please. You want to cover yourself. Now, along with like the financial part of this, you should also be working on building some kind of residual ways of making income in the event that they do pause or cancel or finish the project and you're left with nothing. So when I was getting started, a lot of times when I would make software platform recommendations and things like that, I would also have an affiliate program attached to them. So platforms like ActiveCampaign, Samcart, Infusionsoft. When I would push these projects onto a client, like because they would come to me for consulting and stuff like that, I would get a residual cut of that, so like 50% at times from a monthly reoccurring revenue. So let's say someone's paying $150 for ActiveCampaign, I would get $75. What's really nice is that even though you're not like making money for that project, this could pay like years later, and it's really awesome. So try to set up more things like that, or be creative in how you can create a way to still get some draw while the projects are on pause, or you don't have any new ones going in. But the more experience you get, the more you figure out, okay, everything's going to be all right. I just know that I keep needing to do my thing and not get too stressed out, because if you freeze up, that can be detrimental to like creating the energy needed to get the client in the first place. So you have to stay confident. You have to know it's going to be all right, and then you kind of just need to keep playing the game and be consistent. So hopefully that helps. Thanks so much for the question. Bye.